Whoops. Okay, we are 64 days out from the meet. Speed squat, max effort deadlift day. A day later than I would normally be running this, and I wasn't even sure if I would be training today when I woke up this morning, because after that big bench we had on Monday, Tuesday morning, I went from being a little bit sick to holy shit, we are freaking broken sick. Like everything hurt. Hips were so stiff, low back felt so sketchy, was coughing up a bunch of gross junk, had a fever all day Tuesday. Wednesday wasn't much better because we were still damn near dying. This morning I woke up, lungs were still pretty gross, thought I had some energy, lungs got better through the day. Today I'm all day quilled up, so we're here, we're gonna train, we're gonna make the best of it. I have no freaking idea how it is going to go, but we're gonna do our damn best to make sure it's at least good, starting with the speed squats. And we're going into set 4, feeling way more out of breath than I want to be right now, but considering we're running no sleeves here, I think the squat is pretty damn okay. Just gotta remember to put the stance where the stance is supposed to go and really use my low abs to pull myself under the bar. Yeah, I'm okay with that. One more. Taking a little bit extra rest here due to the out of breathness, but gonna try going one hole tighter on the belt, see if that makes a positive difference. Because I have been losing the belt a little bit in the hole, which is usually just me needing to push out harder thing, but because pushing out harder isn't really solving the problem, we'll try it a hole tighter. Yeah, I felt like I had more belt on the bottom, so gotta remember that for Sunday squats. And watching tape back, am much happier with the stance and knee position than the speed squats that I ran last Wednesday. So hopefully that means that Sunday is going to feel even better than last Friday did. I freaking hate how messed up the schedule is getting right now, but we're going to work with it. And I guess now that speed squats are done, I need to catch my breath, switch shoes, and get to pulling. And the plan for the pulls today was to run a double. Lets us progress from the triple that we did last week. So we're gonna have to make sure we are quite awake in order to do that. Right? Yeah. And you can even do like arm circles too with it out. And if you didn't watch last week, that was a pretty easy 625 triple. So yeah, let's set ourselves up to beat that. Being a little bit more rotund than we were a month or two ago, really having to fight to get that pre-tension going, and I'm much happier with that pre-tension fight at 2 plates than it was last week, so let's keep it rolling. On that note, going belt on extra early here to make sure that it is loose enough that it's not in the way, but also tight enough that we get something out of it. I'm okay with that. And last week with how 4 reds moved, we elected to go blue as the next jump, so we're gonna make sure we move 4 reds better this week. Tyler's being a dick and loading plates for me. So, big freaking pre-tension here, and then, well, make it move good. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Thank goodness we are not stuck in 4 in a blue jail again. And the plan here is to smack this good enough that we can take a decent sized jump, but I mean, if we are feeling shitty, I know why we're feeling shitty, but we're gonna do our best to not feel shitty, you know? So, harder pre-tension again, even more toe pressure, and let's smack this. Yeah, I am very okay with that. And thinking big picture, next week's pull, all I need to do for that 8-week out point is a smooth 705 single. And in order to set up a smooth 705 single, all we got to do today is 665 double. And like, if this one does freaking fly, we might take another, but I also got to remember that we don't necessarily need to take another with the goal for today and where we are in relation to the meet. Because the biggest thing we need to be doing in a meet prep is selecting loading in a way that allows us to build momentum, and that is what this should be doing for us. So we're going to get the wake up sauce out, brand new Zone Frost. Figured it's appropriate because it matches the shirt. Get some fun music going, and then do our best to smack this as well.
Bust your cantaloupe. He 46 and he's. Let's go. Come on. Keep passing pitches. Niggas looking wanna be these niggas. 4 grams in my backwood. Yep. Niggas still keep it hood. Pay the extra 60 bucks still hood. Girls got a nigga living good. Hell yeah. I bet your bitch got a nigga. I bet you want a nigga.
Whoops. I mean, didn't mean to do 4 there, but it felt so good off the double that I figured I'd do more reps versus taking an extra jump. And watching that back on the camera, number one, happy with how that moved, considering how I have felt this week. Number two, not 100% happy with execution because I am a little bit late on the knees there, a little bit too far behind the bar in the mid-range. So to fix that, we're gonna make sure that we are cranking the ever-living shit out of stiff legs, the secondary, and then doing something a little bit different than we have been doing for our hamstring slot. And because we are still doing our best act like an adult, straight to 4 for what's hopefully gonna be a warm-up. We'll go up, thinking that a green will set us up half decently for what we're planning next week. And no clue how many reps we're going for here, but I will be happy with 5. Lost count, so I really freaking hope that was 5. And if I counted right, watch the tape back, I do think that was 5, counting it at least as placebo reps, but the thing I'm happy about is lockout quality on the stiff legs, much freaking better than the deadlifts, so I think early warm-ups and deadlifts next week need to be mindful of making sure I'm actually squeezing everything to the top versus just letting it float because the bar is moving so well. I think that will give us a chance at doing something pretty cool in the 700-pound range. So yeah, we're in a good spot right now. And with how I am feeling after that, like I am getting pretty damn tired and flat, which makes sense considering we're a little bit sick. And what I was thinking was like I could do another work set on stiff legs, but what I would rather do is just run the one work set on stiffs so we still can make a barbell row productive. Leaving the green out because I want to get a little bit adventurous. Because I know I don't need a ton of volume to get the job done with the stiff legs, but I also know that since I brought these guys back in, squat has been feeling so damn solid in reversal, so we are going to keep doing our best to progress these suckers. The worst part about straps is my nose is itchy right now. Yeah, we'll go green. Cole walked around the corner looking like he needed help, and then he left, so I'm not sure if I should do this set or not. I'll do the set. If he actually needed help, he would have came over here. Kind of sucked, but I'm very okay with that for the desired intent. And I mean, I am a long way off of multiply Seth sloppy row numbers, but what I gotta remember is that how strong I was on those when I was a multiply lifter is definitely unnecessary for raw. So we're gonna keep chugging for a little bit longer, see if we can get these suckers above 500 pounds before the meet. And if we're above 500 pounds before the meet on these guys, we'll be plenty strong for a raw squat. And thinking for today's quad slot, we might get a little bit adventurous and actually run this thing in unilateral mode, since I was going to do a unilateral on the selectorized, but I don't want to have to start at the bottom, so we'll see if this feels like it's going to kill me with the empty sled. I really hope it doesn't feel like it's going to kill me with the empty sled, but it is so freaking heavy. Foot nice and low. Oh God, that scared me. Did you see that drop? That was just like me not being ready for how disgusting this is. This is so terrible. I'm okay with this choice though. Okay, let's see if we can survive righty. Why is this leg press so freaking hard? It doesn't make sense. We'll put a shameful amount of weight on for the next set. Just a quarter, because I don't want to die. I am afraid. Actually doesn't feel that terrible. We probably can't afford to go up, but we'll get a few reps in first. Okay, righty time. Like VMO is just screaming. But yeah, I think we can handle at least one plate. And just to confirm something, did you see how I'm doing these leg presses? Like single leg ultra deep, like mine?
Yeah.
How much of a pussy am I with this loading on this? I'm hoping, like pretty high.
Shots where I can get it.
Yeah,
High. Oh,
yeah. Yeah. So I gotta get better at this apparently. Yeah, so just try to like fold and go heel to ass almost, but it still makes me feel very sad with one plate. That one got spicy. And like with right leg always feeling worse because it's the one that my knee exploded on. I probably should be like leading with my right leg, but mentally I want to know I can do it with lefty before I go into righty, but I don't know. I'll shut up and go. And no matter what Johnny says, I'm okay with that because everybody's got to start somewhere. And as I was saying with that deadlift lockout, definitely need to rework the hamstring work a little bit. And with how the lockout was feeling, what I need to be running is some banded GHRs once again, if I can get the band in position. There we go. Also got to remember how to set this guy up for a GHR because it's been a long while since we've done them. One hole further. Okay, wish me luck. Yeah, this sucks. In the exact way I need it to. I'm very okay with this. We'll run another and see if we can fight a little bit harder to get those hips through. Pardon? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I got her zoomed in so you're not in frame at all. And I mean, I don't care if you are anyways. I just don't want to put people in it that don't want to be. Actually, no promises because walking around after that, hamstrings are freaking cooked, so we'll just do our best here. Okay, big crank. Just gonna do some body weight because that was not enough reps. They are roasted. Mission accomplished. And as promised last week, gonna see if we can run GHR sit-ups with two 30-pound kettlebells and not die to have a little bit of step up in loading from the single 50. I am very afraid and have no idea how to hold these. This might work. Definitely works. Definitely heavy enough. I'm actually like quite impressed with how well that worked. We'll be able to do a little bit more, but we'll save that a little bit more for next week. One more set at the 30s. Definitely less afraid for set number 2, but I'm going to remember to be a little bit afraid just so I don't screw it up. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Once again, being okay with it is a very good way to describe the training session because like 665 for 4, technically that is a all-time PR on deadlifts that like going into meets at 4 weeks out, like I've tripled 665 before going into 754 pull. So doing it for 4 easy this far out, like we are in a really good spot. But the reason I'm not just like pumping my chest and celebrating is the same reason I'm not pumping my chest and celebrating with the bench. The same reason I'm not letting myself get too excited about the squats is this is where I should be. This should be expected, and I need to be expecting more. This is not the top. This is not where we were going this prep. We need to keep on digging. We need to keep on searching for more. We need to keep embracing the process and continuing to crank on accessories so that we can elevate the top end showing. And based on where things are right now, I'm at least a little bit excited because our accessory selection is definitely doing good enough. Obviously, like swapping the Nordics for the GHRs, I still think I can refine a little bit, but we are going in the right direction. So I can be, again, okay with that, but I need to not get complacent. I need to keep cranking so we can continue building momentum into the meet. And the thing that I am letting myself get excited about is we are in a really good spot right now. As long as we do not let off the gas pedal, do not stop pushing, and do not allow ourselves to get lazy with all the small stuff, because we need to sweat the details and we need to make sure that we are doing as good of a job as we can on all the little stuff, so the big stuff continues to do what it's doing. But for that, I am excited to dig into the work. I'm excited to keep it rolling, and I am excited to see where squats go this weekend. And obviously, I'm really hopeful that today's training and pushing hard does not make me feel like I'm going to die again tomorrow. I think with how I'm feeling right now compared to the bench day, we definitely are in a better spot in that regard, but we'll wait and see how I feel on that dynamic effort bench day before we, decide how big squats are going to be. But I have a feeling that squats are going to be at least halfway decent this time around. So that's what I got for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. Have a good night, and I will see you in the team.